today. It just might have a little bit thoughts after discussion with Gani the other day. It's most likely about marketing strategy that I think of lately that can actually make another pivot or um, what is it move. So guys, you guys can actually open the paper here. I make a little paper, but I will share the screen also. Let's see. Mm-mm. Can you guys see my paper?
Yes.
Okay, so basically, the objective of this is just an idea. Yeah, I would really love to hear you guys' thought. So pivoting with alternative solution to deliver concrete result on marketing missions, and then the key result is that aiming on local properties to partner with. And then I've already divided some of the things that is feasible to me. That is about previous plan and pivot plan. So the previous plan is acquiring best property globally, right? So the pivot plan is that acquiring best property both in local and global scale. And then previous plan is that shifting entire team to focus on global. Now we stated they are divided into two teams. So most likely it looks like maybe um, Gani and Rizal is going to be acquire property global, or Aldo and Gani is going to be in local, things like that. And then previous filtering maybe can needs to be adjusted. So this is just one of example. Maybe like previously we have 2,000 USD revenue potential per month. Now example top 5 properties in town. So in Nusa Penida, Bali, and in Jogja. This is just a raw research data that I had last night. I look up for the average rates in 3 locations, which is Bali, Nusa Penida, and Jogja. So I see just like how does the top accommodation look like in 3 areas. So average rates that I see, let's say in Bali, top rates is like 8 million and lowest rate is 700,000, right? And then min rates means that 4.3 million per night. So if we multiply to 30 days, then it's going to be potential income is this. And then as we see in Nusa Penida, is number two from 3 locations. So top rates is 1 million, lowest rate is 500,000, min rates is 750,000, and then potential income per month per property can be this. And then I talked to VD yesterday to gather the data on Babar properties as an example that turned out that it has income per month was 1,722 USD per month. So it's actually close to my calculation in this potential income per month. And then for Jogja, um, here are the top accommodation in Jogja. It's pretty low rates, I would say. Like the Phoenix Hotel is 5-star hotel, and the minimum rates is 600 only. So top rates in here, I calculate 600 in average, lowest rate 200,000, and min rates is 400,000. So potential income per month can be 12 million. I asked revenue management also to the data about one of example our property, which is Gembala, and the average income per month was 687 USD per month, which is also close because it's like 10 million something. So yeah, I calculated 12 million. And then for so from those data, the action plan that can be taken actually is to set up 2 goals. Jadi you guys still have like aiming for global, but you guys still also aiming for local. And then start to actively and aggressively looking for property like we used to before, and like offline and online. So here actually more I texted you on Instagram because I found it on Instagram. For Nusa Penida, I found like a lot of new cute properties. Like here are the example. This is authentic Penida that has concept like a tent, maybe can be potential of properties of partner of us. And then the second is La Royal. I don't know if you guys have already heard about both properties. And in Jogja, I found a lot of new, amazing, and cool properties actually that is viral right now. It can be based, I saw in TikTok or like my friend talk about it. So here are the things that I found. The lead so far is that Radika Paradise. This is the one and only good and qualified property in Gunung Kidul, which is we know that Gunung Kidul is always have like shitty accommodation, right? So this one is the best one because it has like industrial concept, but also like with very affordable price. Second one is about acute accommodation, like in a balloon, things like that. It's in the north of Jogja, called Nira Camper Village. It has the vibe of Ubud, but like located in Jogja. And the third, I found also Sun Moon Star Villa. This is like a little bit like Despacito in Bali, but this is in the south, and I think that's pretty peaceful. So I still have another leads that I found, but here is just an example that I attached. So yeah, this is just basically a simple and raw data that I provided for you teams to consider to actually started to approach local properties again. So yeah, I'll get back to you, Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ara, for your marketing plan. This is very delightful for my side. Basically, yeah, you already explore the opportunities market in Bali and then Nusa Penida and also in Jogja, and yeah, I think that's very delightful, and it can trigger us to follow up the leads, to follow up the market based on your observation. And yeah, thank you for that. And probably everyone want to have some thoughts. Mas Gani, Oyana, Aldo.
Thank you, Ara. I never see that property actually, the one that in Jogja. Yeah, in Penida, I believe there are many property coming up, but I haven't been there for a while, and especially the one that's close to Crystal Bay. I see the tents. It was under construction. Now it's finished. Yeah, cool.
Okay, over to Aldo.
Yeah, I think what Aras has been serving us is somehow like what we want to achieve right now, because we are right now starting to operate the market building flow for us. So I think it's a good trigger for us, and also a good discovery that how Aras searching for the properties in Google search or in OTAs in general. Thank you, Ara, for the research plan.
Over to Mas Gani, do you have some thoughts?
Yeah, I think pretty much same with Aldo said that yeah, this is can trigger us to apa set the plan to back to find local property as well. And yeah, probably we need to shifting to find local property again. Thank you, Ara.
Okay, over to you, sir. You raise your hand.
Our plan is good, but I have a question more fundamental, which is what's the structure of this meeting?
Thank you, sir. Basically, yeah, as we discussed before, this is operational sync up. So we just deep dive on the leads countdown Trello, basically. Yeah, but not for a Scrum, basically.
Okay, got it. And let's say Ara has a really good idea, and this we plan to follow up on. How will we like? Where would that go exactly from here? What would be, let's say, the next step? Do we record it somewhere? Do we put it on the discussion? Where does this belong?
I see. This is from basically from the first funnel. So this from my side, but I probably need the other team also to help me cover the other area. So basically, I will the follow will be me on this project, but for the delegation, I will create the other. I will create a new card on my Trello, basically to explain my next action, sir.
Okay, good. And how will we keep track of this document in the future? Like, how will we be able to find this document that Ara has presented in the future? Like, if we need to reference it again, or we need to distribute it, or we need to like structure it some way so that we can come back to this idea, where should we put it?
Over to Mak Wayan. Do you have some thoughts, Mak?
I think I know what you mean. So for this one, I think we're gonna have like basically new business and old business. So this one will be put it in the new business old business, and then we be gonna discuss who gonna doing what, and then we put the link in the top of the new business. I think like what we do normally.
Okay. Okay. So Mayana thinks new business sold.
What I can to Rizal, I can imagine we're gonna have like new business paper, right? So we're gonna
Yeah.
discuss what we're gonna discuss, and then I think we can have a best practice a link on the top of the new business or old business.
There you go, Gani. Gani's got it.
Mm.
Yeah. Babe, if we do new business, old business, we're reinventing the wheel. We already have a place to do it, so we can put it on discussion management. Yes, Gani. Very good. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put it there so that we keep track of it, and that's always there. Okay. Okay, that's structure. As far as the marketing plan itself goes, I think this is pretty good. Thank you very much, Ara, for showing in. And what I think this is good is it's a vision, right? And I slacked Ara during the thing that I think this is good. This is a vision. This tells us what success should look like. So also for I think crafting the vision, it gives it's chewable, right? You can actually taste what it actually would look like if this was being done correctly. So good. Now that we have a vision, then I think the next step is to what to this is discovery, right? Next step is to prioritize. Should we prioritize this vision above the current vision that we have? Let's take a walk around and see if it's the correct priority.
Okay. I will ask everyone to discuss about this and offer to Mak Wayan. Do you have some thoughts? Which prioritize about this?
I think as we agreed that we on the Trello, most of our lead actually local at the moment. So because we don't have a successor of like a broad property that we're looking for a month, so we've been pivot to that. That's why we have the Trello now. The one on the Trello now mostly like local properties. But I think the insight that I get from Ara is to lower the expectation to earn in Jogja. I agree because the price of the property is lower, and it makes sense if the expectation to earn per property is be lower. So that's from my side.
Okay. If I'm ask a question, is who's the rating the secretary? It is Mas Gani. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mas Gani. And okay, Mak Wayan, thank you for the thoughts. Maybe offer to Aldo. Do you have some thoughts about the prioritization?
If I understand correctly, this is the prioritization for the marketing plan of ARA. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, the marketing plan of ARA is to gain not just global but local properties, and I think the prioritization is quite high according to what we want to do right now, because we're preparing our MB flow right now for the local partners, which from Bali, Jogja, and also maybe Nusa Penida. But I think for the global one, we're making the priority quite below the local one, because we're being made like realistic right now. So we're looking for the local first rather than the global first. If that's what my understanding.
Okay, thank you, Aldo. So we prioritize on the local first, yeah. Okay, and offer to Mas Gani.
Yeah, I agree with Aldo. Like, let's try the local first. Let's try that. We can reach out the local first, that we can reach out rather than globally. So yeah,
Okay. So, Mas Gani, on your perspective, do you want to prioritize doing research from Ara's plan, or we should prioritize on our workflow first right now?
Um,
Our current stack right now.
uh, I think I would prioritize that Ara suggest with our stack. Am I right?
Hmm.
That's
Okay.
so
Okay.
Ara provide that some properties in local right in Jogja, Bali, Nusa Penida that we can approach it use our current stack, right?
Okay. Thank you, Mas Gini, for your thoughts. Maybe you can write down your thoughts there, and offer to
Rizal, you froze up for a second. So could you repeat the last 10 seconds or last 2 seconds?
can you hear me, guys?
No. Okay.
Okay. Sir, do you have some suggestion from this
Yeah.
thread
Um,
prioritization?
it's different things, I think. Yeah. So one is a direction, and the second is machinery. So workflow is machinery. It's sort of like how we actually get things done. This is a vision. So ours providing a vision of where we. It's like it's not like what we do, but like how would I say? It's more like yeah, it's pointing like what direction our chapter should go for. So if we're a ship, yeah, we have people in charge of the sails, we have people in charge of like the engine, we have people in charge of making sure the ship goes. But this is a direction, and so I think it doesn't need to be different from what we're doing. Workflows, everything is the same, but it's just like what direction we're going to point in. My only comment is this: instead of splitting it up to different people, Ara, which has consequences on our current SLAs, maybe what we can do is split it into different time budgets, right? So maybe you focus, let's say, you have Survive and Thrive, right? Survive is for content flow, Thrive is for marketing. Then you divide your marketing budget a little bit, right? How much time do you want to focus on foreign properties? And maybe make that maybe 10% of the budget. And how much time do you want to focus on, like, let's say, acquiring local properties? Make that 90% of your Thrive budget. So that way you don't spend all your budget on things that have very little return, but you spend most of your budget on something that has a high probability of return. The other thing that is more psychological is that we believe you guys need a victory, right? So let's give you guys a victory. Let's go and start activating the entire process again. Let's get properties in. Let's start having you guys work on photography, drone, all that fun stuff again, so that kind of reactivates your ZPD, right? The things that you do without assistance, and then you build confidence again. And once that confidence level I think is reached, then we can maybe shift the budget later. But this is a good direction. I agree.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your thoughts. And
Oh, also, acknowledge Bayou's in the room, so maybe
yes,
he's our guest. We can go to him and
yeah,
ask.
yeah,
his-
Thank you.
yeah.
Yes, sir. And offer to Ara first. Do you have some thoughts that you want to deliver?
Not thoughts, just an insight, maybe offer a few, since I've been paying attention on the market in Jogja, especially properties. Yeah, I think that it started to grow again in Jogja. As why? Since like we know that based on I think our data and also like my thesis says that in Bali our guess is 90% foreign, right? Meanwhile in Jogja work the other way around. We have domestic, most of them. So as you know that in the current situation for survival, I think we will just we will mostly rely on locals, right? Domestic travels. So that said, that means that Jogja is indeed have a very high market right now before the international flight open again, which it's going to be most likely by the end of the year, right? So yeah, I saw like some properties already like have guests, like in per week, like always have guests. domestically. So yeah, maybe focusing in Jogja would actually be one of the good things to do right now. So to target the domestic. So yeah, that's.
Okay, thank you, Ara, for your suggestion. Uh, Mr. Secretary, please write down the Ara's suggestion. And okay, move to Mas Bayu. Mas Bayu, do you have something to talk? And offer to Ara, if you done with your business, you can leave. Okay. And offer to Mas Bayu. Mas Bayu, please.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So, my discussion is a little bit
Morning,
different
Bayu.
from that part of marketing. This is a more a maintenance marketing. So basically, uh, uh, I'm uh, I'm just want to share this with marketing because I think you sell the product, so I think you know what kind of market that we are selling to right now. So in product development, there's something going on, development, refinement, and then all of the modification. So I'm thinking because we are actually not, yeah, we are doing that in the background. I'm thinking that we can also do that part with the branding as well. So currently we don't really focus on branding our tool because we are focusing our tool to be used by ourselves, our company, and then yeah. But we expect that partner also use it. So I think we need to start to brand this tool for our partners as well, or anyone that use it. Currently, actually, surprisingly, that the product that's unfinished for guests is also being used actively by AJR. So that's I think that's getting some traction there and getting some momentum. So I want to bring this to marketing to use this as a marketing tool, basically. So what I'm requesting is I want you guys to if you see any potential in this, you can discuss a branding of the tool that we have, like the bigger, and then the mobile app, and also the guest portal that we have for the guests. So what I'm imagining is we create a brand that will stick better with partners, for that's owner and staff, and then also guests and also employee, that resemble our core value. And this tool will be designed for especially casual and non-tech savvy user. So basically, anyone should be able to use it. It's not an administration tool. It's not a work tool, but it's a tool that keeps them updated. So this will be designed to be intuitive, informative, and interactive. It's basically not like Excel or something else like that for work, but something more like maybe
Instagram.
yeah, like Instagram for their own property. Yeah, in Instagram they because we will add some like sharing feature. So partner actually can share if they have good review from guests, and then they can just click share and then share to Facebook or Twitter, something like that. So that is the idea, and the expected output for from this request that I made is the content of this the content of this, what do you call it, like brand guide. So there's an app name, and then there's an app description. A description means like what these apps do, and then what we expect from user that using it, something like that. A vision of the app or the tool for three of the user, the employee, partners, and also guests. And also the this is more technical, so it's domain specific terms. So like how we explain things to user. For example, do we call it a booking or a reservation, or a payout or a payment, and then an alteration or modification or change, some terms like that. That term has been knowingly confused people because yeah, especially like alteration or resolution, we know that because we deal with that every day, but partner did not, so they don't know what that means. So that we need a library or a dictionary for that. So I attach an example on the one that we use. Every text that you can see on Bigger or Guest Portal is in that file. So if you want to change that, you can just change in there. There's an Bahasa version and also English version. And then next one is the purpose of this one, what this will be used for. Will be used as a guideline to design the UI for mobile app. And then this will be used to redesign the web app for partners, and then also redesign the web app for guests. Okay, so that's the goal. And then the previous design that we use, we use a design kit called Fuse and also Material UI. Material UI is like what you see in your Android phone or Google Apps or Google Pages. So that's basically what we are using it. That's both used for Bigger and Guest Portal. So that's the reference, but the one that I want to start here is uh, the the output or the ideas that marketing want to use this tool to sell the product or not. So to the floor.
Mas Bayu, if I'm not mistaken, this is an app like a Bigger to to apa ya? To getting know about us or
No. It's a rebranding of Bigger.
oh
Yeah.
Like for example, yeah. For example, if we say to someone new, like new partner, hey, do you want to join Bukit Vista? We have this thing called Bigger, something like that, and then they will ask, right? Like, what is Bigger? Like, no one knows about that, right? So we're going to sell that thing. We want to brand that.
Yes.
okay, thank you. Okay. Aldo, Mas Gini, do you have some thoughts?
I have, okay. I'll let Gani go first, and then I'll have I'll need to notify Bayu about something, and I'll also double check. Gani, go first, and then hey Tara.
Okay. Okay. So
Hi, Tara.
morning, Tara. Okay. So I think this is pretty important and pretty exciting because we rebranding our tools that we can use as a weapon to approach the potential partner. But also I'm thinking about the budget. So this one I believe this is part of our survive, and then and the other part is we have to try to acquire property rights. So yeah, I'm thinking how to set the budget to run this project. So should we running this first and then we go to tribe, or so yeah, I'm still thinking about it. But I got this idea. So basically, we redesign and rebrand the Bigger right to be more intuitive, more informative, and more attractive. But at the other side, we also have to find acquire property as well. So I think it can be apa ya, something like overlap. So I don't know. So yeah, open to others.
Okay, over to Aldo.
Yeah, I think redesigning Bigger and rebranding the Bigger is also one of the things that we have been talking about on the beginning of Bigger of BV 4.0, and also I think that I think this is the best momentum for us to talk about this, and also maybe I would like to also contribute on this project because it can continue my project on product development, which is the design system itself. So yeah, I think this is a good momentum and also a good discussion to have.
Okay, thank you, Aldo. And over to you, sir.
Okay, I think it's a great topic. And I think it's a great topic for three reasons. One, it's a really interesting idea. Two, it leads to a really good interest. It leads to an interesting idea about prioritization, ZPD, and what we just talked about this morning. Aldo, what is it that people are good at, and what should they focus on doing? And three, we just had a change in the structure of the sync up, and I don't know if this is now an operational discussion anymore. So let me go over to Rizal. Is this still an operational discussion the way you envisioned it, or is it not?
Uh, I think not, sir. But yeah, we. So yeah, pardon me because uh, reminded it too late for the
Yeah.
for in Slack.
Okay. Okay. So this, what you're experiencing right now, is a little bit of awkwardness, and it's normal. Okay. This is inter-chapter awkwardness because the chapter for itself has decided that it will repurpose the Wednesday meeting for a different purpose, right? But yet the company is not aware of it, and so that's why Ara came to drop her discussion here, and Bayu came to drop his discussion here. So you're gonna have to make a decision now, right? And I'm gonna let you guys make that decision. Um, do you? Okay, so how much time do we have left? We have 25 minutes left. Do you guys want to talk about operations still, or do you want to continue talking about Bayou's thing?
For me, I think we have to stick with our operational sync up.
Okay, good.
But yeah, from my side is we already got the ideas from Mas Bayu,
Okay.
and I think it's quite clear for me.
Very good. Then we need to go back to Bayou with an intended result. Bayou, what kind of intended result would you want from this? So I guess it's a yes or no, right?
Yes. That's the question. So whether marketing want to use this as an take this opportunity for marketing or not, and then if yes, then we can continue the detailed discussion later.
Okay, good. So let's go to Rizal. Rizal, what do you think is the priority at the moment in order to be able to answer that question well? What do we need to do before we can answer that question?
Uh, Which I think yeah, this momentum. So it's like we so I would say yes for this project, and we can discuss on the next meeting,
Okay.
and maybe I will need suggestion from Aldo and Gani. Yes, sir.
Look, VCL. So let me just correct you. The correct answer is not to say yes, right? The correct answer is to estimate your current resources first, right? Estimate your priorities and then prioritize this new idea into those priorities. You just said yes twice to Ara's idea and this idea. Now, which ideas gotten priority, right? So the first thing is, I think we need to, if we're going to add one thing on, we need to kick one thing off, right? So we need to remove our current workload. Otherwise, we suffer from, we have where we spend all our whole lives in the office. So let's take a look at our resources. Let's take a look at our current prioritizations, and then if we can slot it in, then we make sure that we've allocated bandwidth for it, and that way it can be done correctly. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Bayu, let's do this, right? I think by Friday, yeah, Rizal, we should be able to prioritize this project and see where it is, and we can come up with probably a estimated time of delivery if we can deliver it, or if we can't, we'll tell you no. Okay.
Okay.
Does that sound fair?
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you for introducing this idea. I think it's very exciting, by the way, and it could actually be within certain people's ZPD, so that could be an interesting discussion. Okay, let's go back to the operational discussion then. Thank you for visiting, Bayou. Oh, and the future, Bayou, Monday, Friday are going to be the guest meetings, and then Wednesday is, I guess, the operational meeting. Yeah.
Okay, I think you can title the event on the calendar
Yeah.
accordingly, so
Yes.
people can see it.
Okay. Let's see, Gani, would you be able to do that for us? Yeah. Let's go ahead and take that suggestion. I think it's a really good suggestion. Can you access the calendar and change the calendar so that it's, let's say, internal only discussion, right? Go Gus. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
See you, everyone.
All right. See you, bye.
Thank you, Mas Bayu.
Yeah, Bayu.
Okay, that's for the discussion. We still have 20 minutes for the operational sync up. So yeah, basically I just want to uh, do MVP for our first operational sync up basically. So for my format discussion, I want to deep dive more about in each card, in each initiative card basically. So if this from my list, right? And then I explain in each card and what is the friction and what is the next step that we can do next. And yeah, basically just for our discussion, and probably need more suggestion from Mayan, because Mayan is uh, already advanced on this. Okay, I will start from my list first. Okay, from is there any other thoughts from the operational sikap format? Yes, sir.
Let's do this, Rizal. Let's. We have a time budget now. We have 20 minutes, right? So let's stick to that. Let's save 5 minutes at the end for review of this first sync up, so that we get some feedback. So 5 minutes for that, and then maybe 5 minutes for each person, so we keep within that time budget. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for your suggestion. Maybe I will start from my card first. Okay, so basically I just recycle the old leads that's not already followed up yet. Basically, on the on the second at the very bottom, Villa Savia and also Ula Villa. This is basically from the old leads that's from Svena's follow up, but there's still no follow up right now. So I recycle this to my list, and then I will rechange the structure based on my impression stage. Yeah, basically that's for me. And there is some old card which is from it's from London. So it's from Soulworks Leeds basically. And yeah, there's uh, I will move this card because this card to Masgani's list, because the contact is already there and already detail contact. And yeah, basically there is a one JK Privat Villa, Alam Taman Villa, Ladan Apartment, and this is Kerobokan Villa Bagus. I will send it to over to Mas Gani's list basically. That's for my update. And maybe to the next person, Mas Gani, about your update, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chen. Okay, so from my list, last week I got like four four impression that I still deep dive, and I will seek the opportunity to partnership with us. So in this stage, I still reaching out the property manager, the marketing person that probably have opportunity partnership with us. So this kind of property is already matched with our standard, and have a possibility to gain to $2,000 US dollar. So yeah, I right now I contacting the marketing person right now. So if there is a response, if they say interesting to get the partnership with us, I will offer to Aldo. So yeah, that's my update.
Okay, thank you, Mas Zini, for the update and offer
Offer to
to.
Mr. Chen.
Okay, move to Aldo. Do you have update on your list?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the time. So right now I have not much an update. So I'm gathering the data and the last conversation that happens on each of the cards. And for some missing information, I would like to ask Mawayan for the conversation and all. But I've been thinking of in my understanding, how the CRM work is the first thing we do is call first. So, I'm thinking to do sending a chat first from at WhatsApp. So, if they don't reply, I will call them. I've been thinking of that strategy right now. So I want to experiment on doing that first for my card list. That's my update. Back to Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Aldo. And so there is no follow up yet, yeah, for
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I have the follow up. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Aldo, for your update and offer to Wayan about your list.
Actually, I followed up on my reason list to above, like include Ibu Maki Bella. So I just made a call to Ibu Maki today. So I explained our service, and she's totally understood. And interesting to get a projection of our villa. So I'm in the process to gather like what kind of facilities that she gonna put, and already send the link that what she need to put in there. And the next time I'll just come back to Phoebe as soon as she finish of her property evaluation list. So that's for the Marquis Villa in Nusa Dua. For the next one is Villa Pakumas actually. So I found this during like doing my Facebook post. So there's an owner like Balinese in Nunggasan, brand new villa. So the owner is have no staff, and the bed basically is not totally finished yet. So I'm still waiting for him to come back to me because she's thinking to rent yearly or monthly because they have a lack of like someone they will look after the place because he live in Denpasar. But I already suggest Bu Wayan that clean Pilakanha if he need someone to clean his place. Yeah, he's still considering it, so he need a bit more time to discuss with the family. So Pak Indra is not finished yet, the one in Sanur.
Got it.
So that's no update.
Okay, Ma, is there any other update?
Yeah, Nusa Dua Garden Baby also is under my thing is I asked Ivan, which is like the brother of the boss, and still waiting for him to accept the projection.
Is there any due date on this? Let's when will be the project will be accepted or rejected to date?
He said he's waiting for his brother from to get this group. So I will follow up today. Actually, I followed up today, and he said, "Wait a moment, I'm still talking with my brother."
Okay, on the last cut, Arjuna Sipulos.
The Ulan is actually the owner. The project during COVID because he took the place. Mohari.
Sorry, Mo.
The owner of this, if they have no staff, he said he postponed his plan.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your update. And basically, I have some discussion about your about our pitching this morning. Basically, on from Ibu,
Yeah,
with
sure.
Ibu Magi, and basically, I want to open a discussion to Gani and also Aldo to gather what we can do better on that pitching process basically. And yeah, uh, from my observation, this we
Mhm.
can do better on the question part. We can trigger what is the owner pain point and what is the background why they choose us basically, and then we can also offer a suggestion about so they still struggle about choosing the facilities or putting what is the bathroom, and also what is the most popular style of their property. So basically, um, my suggestion is these two uh, things as we can do better on previous pitching basically. Okay, that's for my suggestion maybe. And offer to Mas Gani, do you have things to add about what we can do better about our last meeting?
I thinking that we need to more simplify our uh, presentation to make more easily to person like Ibu Maki. So yeah, I'm thinking like that. So Moana can easily read and just explain by herself. Not necessary to really read and then explain more. So yeah, I'm thinking to simplify the proposal.
Okay, thank you. And offer to Aldo, are you agree with Mas Gani's suggestion about simplify the presentation?
I do agree with simplifying the presentation, and also I've been thinking of like creating the Bahasa version of the presentation, so the presentation will be more understandable for some of the owner. I think
Mm,
about the presentation that is for me. And about what can we do better, I think so so it's not following our, if I'm not mistaken, it's not following the flow that we have, right? So it's not going to Gani stack first to see their pain points and things. So I think for the pitching, it's better that if we already know about their pain points, we can highlight it on the presentation on and pitching that we explain that the solution from us about their pain points. So we on the presentation earlier this morning, we don't really know about their pain points until Bu Maki talk about their pain points about the facilities and things, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
If we already gather the information, then we floor it on the pitching meeting.
Okay, thank you, Aldo. And offer to Wayana, do you have things to add about what we can do better?
I think I ditto to Gani about presentation and ditto to Aldo about the Bahasa version, because sometimes I do freestyle the what you call the presentation translation, and it's a bit hard for me to think and to translate in the same time, and also have mix sense in the front of the guest. And for the question and suggestion, I think question and then to see the selling point, actually that is the main thing that we we really want to know, but actually, and because if we know like the most pain point and then why they choose us, it's very clear why they choose us. I think, yeah, and agree with that. I think we need to get better flow. Who is responsible to know like the pain point, and then we can see on the card, basically like from the beginning. Probably when we're at the end, I just need a summary. But in this card, I just need to like find out, right.
Okay,
So that
okay, Ma.
is
Thank you, Ma. And yeah, I think that's all from our feedback about this about the our interviews this morning. And I think we have 5 minutes left for feedback cycle. And yeah, yes, sir.
I would like to actually. I need a time extension because it seems like there's quite a bit that needs to be discussed. I'm going to propose a 20-minute time discussion, time extension, because there's a few things that I think are pretty crucial at this moment. Rizal, can I take the floor?
Yes, sir.
All right. Um, I feel like sometimes I need to be chapter lead interim, right? This is one of the reasons. Can somebody tell me who came up with this idea of having this operational discussion on Wednesday? Whose project is this? Like, who does this belong to?
Uh, Me, sir. Basically, I just want to yeah.
Okay, excellent. So then, Rizal, why do you think Tara and Gani are yawning during this discussion?
Mm, I think they don't know don't know the detail don't know the details and don't know the tension.
Okay. And is it clear to, let's say, okay, let's go over to Gani. Is it clear to Gani what the purpose of this meeting is right now, Gani?
I'm thinking that okay, you said before that okay, everyone should have not more than 10 minutes, right? So what I expect is everyone just present what is the about the progress, just this overview progress. Okay, I already do this, and then this is my friction, and this is so okay. This is my friction. Okay, so can you guys help me, and then we can discuss in another time, or maybe at the end of the meeting. So at this Trello discussion, I'm thinking that we just like overview as well. So not necessary to discuss every detail on the each card. So
Okay, all right, very good. So Gani's got one point. So sort of cover the activity, talk about like what the frictions are, and then save some discussions for maybe a later point, right? Okay, all right, that's good. That's what we normally would do. Let's go over to Aldo. Aldo, did you feel like you got much out of this meeting? Are you more clear about how this chapter is working together?
In my opinion about this, yeah, I think we're talking about the updates for each card. I think somehow it's a good point when we have like plenty of times. But in my opinion, it's more of like the overview and talking about the frictions itself.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, Aldo, I need you to suggest, on top of what Gani has already said, what would you suggest would be a good way for everybody here to understand the overview of progress on your list?
I think about the overview is to talk like how for example, each card how from what stage that we're currently at and what friction. I think that's just that 2 points, and I think it's faster and it becomes the overview itself.
Okay, very good. Let's go over next to Tara. Tara, I know it's probably really early there in Spain too as well, and I also noticed Tara doesn't seem to be part of any plan here too as well, which is a little bit concerning, right? But Tara, what did you get out of this meeting, and what would you suggest could be a let's say more efficient way to hold it, such that we can have a clearer picture of what's going on across the chapter?
Well, how do I put this? I wasn't sure what exactly this meeting was supposed to be about, not gonna lie. I could not tell like how this was supposed to be different from like previous scrums.
Mhm.
I know it's the first try, so you know, like no like criticism there, but like I noticed that normal scrums this board is never brought up normally, so I'm not sure when you guys normally discuss this with each other, first of all, if you even do. And I guess a way to make it more efficient is, yeah, just like Mas Aldo said, like, and like you, how do you say, we should already establish like certain things that you should bring up, and that's it. Like, and then I guess also then people can discuss it like afterwards, something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're refining. Yes, and
Mm.
there's no problem. I want to say applause for trying out a new thing, but you can see kind of like what happens when you try out new things, right? There's going to be some breakdowns, and that's okay. That's kind of like the whole process of fail fast. But remember, fail fast also means if it doesn't work, we could maybe think about reverting back to something that does work, right? That should be in our mind too. Okay, the intention of this. Let's go to the result. What was your intended result for having this meeting?
Yeah, basically, I just want to give the update with the other member, basically. But when so it's like evaluating my work, right, and then
Yes.
the other work also, the other member also.
Yes.
So when basically on this card, let's say there's so basically Mas Gani have some there's no complete information. So basically this just for uh, apa, to re-clarify or reconfirm that your card is already good from the client side.
Okay, got it. Okay, good. Very good intention. So we want to actually spot bugs, right? We want to spot where failure points are and be able to then elevate that. Let me ask this. Okay, this is a question for everybody. Aldo, do you believe that you are capable of detecting and reporting your own problems?
Sometimes yes, but mostly no.
Okay, good. That's important to know. Let's go over to Gunny. Gunny, do you believe that you are capable and of understanding and detecting your own problems?
So far, yes, I capable to find what's the problem, and usually get help by contacting Mo to get the apa yang, the suggestion. Hey Mo, I have this friction. Can you help me? So yeah, I just go directly to person that who more advanced.
Okay, got it. Good. What about
That's it.
Rizal? Rizal, how do you feel about that? Do you feel capable of detecting and understanding your own problems?
For my side is yes, I can, sir. I can detect by myself.
Okay. If that were truly the case, Rizal, then why did we say yes to Bayou's request?
Uh, mm, okay, I will change my answer, sir.
Okay, the real answer for that is maybe we don't know, right? We don't know. We don't know. Aldo, I think, gave a pretty good answer. Um, and I think the intention of this, if I'm not mistaken, Rizal, is so that more eyes looking at particular the cards can help detect problems that otherwise we would not detect. Is that the intention, Rizal? Okay, and that's good. That's a very good intention. Are you aware of the budget that it would take to do that?
To discuss deep more about
Yes. Are
this
you aware
part.
of like, okay, if we have, let's say, the entire team here looking at every person's card, are you aware of like what kind of budget that would take in terms of time spent on that?
Yeah, I think it's like a long time to
It would take a long time.
discuss.
It would take a long
Yeah.
time. And that then compounds on your problems that you keep on telling me, right? Like you're so busy, right? And there's so many things. And this is where busyness comes from. Business, a lot of times, it comes from you have a really good intention, right? Your intention is good and is correct, but the budget isn't necessarily fit yet. So my suggestion is this: I think we're getting a little bit closer to the truth, right? Let's assume this, gentlemen. let's assume that numbers will tell us the truth. Okay, not your own opinion, not like whatever I'm good enough, but let's just assume numbers will tell us the truth. That goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. Your success ratio. If your success ratio is going up, then that probably means that you are understanding your problems, you're fixing your problems, and you are competent, right, on whatever segment of the funnel you are. If your success rate remains unchanged or goes down, that probably means no matter how good you feel about your capability, it's not reflected in the actual number of performance. Can we do that? Does that sound like a good idea, everyone? Let's go over to Aldo. Aldo, what do you think about that?
So your point is?
My point is this. So right now, when I ask you a question like, do you feel like you're capable of understanding and detecting your own problems? You say, maybe not. Gani says a little bit yes. Rizal says yes, right? But that's subjective. That's just what you feel about yourself, right? That might not be true. What if instead of asking that, you used a ratio? You looked at your success ratio. How many things came in? How many things went out, right? So let's say, for example, what Rizal is coming in, Rizal is taking in time as his input, and he's taking in money for budget as his input, right? And let's see what his outputs are every week, right? For the same amount of time, this amount of money, this is my output per week. So if we say, all right, today Rizal has made 1,000 impressions on a $50 budget per week, and next week Rizal is down at 800 impressions at a $50 budget per week, we know, Rizal probably has a problem no matter what he actually feels, right? Whatever he says, oh, I understand problems or whatever. But if we see his output is decaying, then we can say, Rizal, it doesn't look like things are going as well. Maybe there is a problem and we can zoom in, right? Then we ask Rizal, do you have a pretty good explanation, or do you have any explanations for why this success rate is declining? And then Rizal goes, I think it's because of this. And then we can put it two ways. There's a few options we have if we get to that point. We can you can ask me, I'm chapter lead interim in the meantime, see if I can help you unlock the friction. If it's a question I can't answer, put it on the board. Put it on the discussion. This could be a question we can't answer. Maybe we need to do professional networking to find the right answer, okay? Maybe we need to do a Google search even before the professional networking and we can find the right answer. But let's just put the question up there, okay? And third thing is ask around the company, ask BI. Hey, my success ratio seems to keep on going down. BI, can you take a look at my cards and tell me if there's anything that doesn't seem right, right? And let them doctor you, and then you come back and then you say, hey, I think I found the problem. This is it. What we're doing here at this chapter should be really, really simple, actually. It should be just, what is your input? What is your output this week? And what do you believe about your own skill and competency to achieve that? And then that's it. If you need to have any sub discussions or whatever, then say, all right, I think my problem is this. Does anybody have any? And then you put it up to discussion again. We can discuss it. If we reach no conclusion, then we send it over to BI or Google search or whatever. And if we still have no conclusions, then we can elevate and escalate to professional networking. We're doing this thing. It's really hard. It doesn't seem to be working. What is your thought? Yeah.
Okay.
And that
so if I may,
yeah.
Instead of doing these updates of each card, just talk about the success ratio and how do you achieve that, and what is your friction if you're not achieving it.
Yes.
I think it's a good idea to just discuss it and not talking about the updates that can be seen written, and the thing is just talking about the frictions.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And your success ratio. Just tell about your success ratio. And even better yet, record your own success ratio. Even better, just record it and tell us, did you experience improvement or loss? If you experience improvement, tell us why, right? If you experience loss, put it up for discussion or tell us why. The chapter wants you to succeed, just like everybody, right? So the intent of this discussion is to identify problems. But if we look everywhere for the problem, that takes up so much time, right? So what we can do is you manage your own, understand your own metrics, okay? And you just tell us what your metrics are, and then save those discussions for after. and then we can go through a process of trying to problem solve your problems. That way we've prioritized our time here at the meeting correctly. Okay? All right. So just to demonstrate, in the future, I'll probably just go like this. Rizal, can you give us can you tell us your success rate? Rizal has a few choices, right? He can say, my success rate is 30% this week. I go like, okay, great, Rizal. Is that better or worse than last week? It's better. Great. Rizal, what do you believe is the reason you've seen improvement? And you can go maybe back to one of your projects. The reason I think I see improvement is because of this, this, and this. Great. Everyone, did you hear Rizal? That's what creates improvement if you want to make your success rate better. Next, let's go over to Gunny. Gunny, did your success rate go up or down this week? Gunny can say it went down. Oh, why? Okay, and then he discusses it. And then we discuss, okay, Gunny, have you done a Google search to see if that can be fixed yet? Have you done like this to see if it can be fixed? Have you done, and then at least we identify it and we figure out where it is. Gunny, is there any card that you would like us to examine together as a group to drill down and see if we can unlock that? And Gunny says, yes, this card, please. Okay, great. We save that for discussion. We'll examine that. Then we go over to, let's say, Aldo. Aldo, how you doing? No change. Aldo, do you want change to happen? He says, yes, I want to improve. What have you been putting in? Okay, all right. So then we then identify the key part that we need to discuss. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk about success ratios. What do you believe, Rizal, can be a simple way to measure your success ratio?
Simple way, simple numbers, sir.
Yeah, simple number. How do we visualize progress?
We can use other checklist. Basically, on like a first week, is that already reach my success number? So, in example, my success number in per week is 50 contacts. In example, and if we already reach the number, we can just checklist, and if don't reach, we just don't do checklist.
Okay, great. So the input for Rizal is, let's say, the number. Actually, Rizal, I believe it's this. Actually, it's the number of cards new cards on your list, right? Per week. How many new cards have arrived on your list per week? If you have a lot of new cards arriving on your list per week, you're doing a good job, right? Then, and then the next part is how many cards are you moving down to the next person? Okay, so Gani, let's say Gani receives, let's say 50 cards from Rizal. If Gani is able to move 5 cards over, then he knows what his success rate is, right? Actually, that's it. That's pretty much as simple as that. What is the number of cards arriving onto your list versus the cards leaving your list to the next segment? That's your success rate per week. That makes sense? So if Gani received, let's say, Rizal, I'm not sure what it set it up. Rizal impression should be on Gani's list. As soon as you have an impression, you're moving it onto Gani's list, right? Your stack should be empty, to be honest, right? You're moving impressions all the way onto Gani's list. Gani is going to be the person that converts these into leads, right? Aldo then is converting these leads into meetings, and then that's the flow. So ideally, Rizal, you should have nothing on your list. Actually, I'm not sure. What you should have on your list are projects, right? I'm doing this project, and this is feeding onto Gani's list. I'm doing this project, it's feeding onto Gani's list. Does that make sense? So maybe this list isn't set up entirely correctly right now, and we need to refine it, right? I don't think we've visualized. I don't think we've understood what an impression is at the moment. So simply put, everyone, it's the amount of what comes in versus what goes out. That's just their success ratio. Aldo, what's your success ratio?
My input is the deal from Gani, and my output is the meetings that I convert.
Exactly. So that's all we need to know. This week, okay, what's how many output did you have? How much input came in from Gani? And then right? And to be even more clear about this, gentlemen, you could probably just use a table on paper to track that progress, right? So you can see, all right, Rizal, this week, how many impressions came in? How many went over to Gani? Gani, how many went over to Rizal? And then you would only open up this table on Trello if there was something stuck. Does that make sense? You would only look under the hood to try to diagnose what went wrong if something gets stuck. So if I may I show like a visualization, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what I would imagine this thing would look like is more like this, gentleman. Oh wait, I'm not delegating. I'm showing again. All right, but let me try to save some time. Okay, so this is the operations. Wait, why does it say cancel all my meetings? What? Okay, let's say you have a paper like this: operations, progress, meeting. Okay. So you have a few columns here, and maybe you have Gani. Wait, no, wait. You have Rizal. Oh wait, maybe you have week, Rizal, Gani, Aldo, and Wayana.
Sorry. I guess I already create that.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Okay. This is for illustration then. Okay, show me what you have then, Rizal.
Yeah.
Show me what you have.
Yes, sir.
I'll delete this. Or better yet, here, check it out. I think everyone understands what's going on now. I'll have a sub discussion with Rizal at the moment to get the structure right, so that it can be rolled out. But let's see, Tara, are you sure? Can you tell me what your involvement is at the moment in marketing?
Well, I guess I'm interning now, but I still actually have to take care of I have to do pairing sessions with the different guys here.
Do you have any projects that you're working on with marketing at the moment, Tara?
Not yet, because I think I have to get through the pairing stuff first before
Okay, understood. Tara is an available resource, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's figure out how we can put Tara to use. She showed up today at her own time, so let's think of how to integrate our teammates into the project. Okay, what I want to leave with today is I think this is a very good attempt. I want to say I really appreciate how you guys came together, took initiative. My radical counterpart is I think there needs to be a little bit better understanding on how to create organizational structure. And that's okay. I think we're all going through this ourselves as an exercise. I just happen to be a little bit more experienced, so I'm trying to guide. And I'm sure that by the next one, we'll have it more complete. Just like the SLA process, right, that we went through. So I want to save you guys some time right now so you can get back to work. And I'll just sit down with Rizal to craft this, okay? And when it's all ready, we'll invite everybody in to do this correct, okay? All right, great. Back to the chart.
Okay, I think thank you, sir, for your suggestion, and maybe to you everyone, if you want to continue your do things, please leave this room, and I will continue with